welcome. I'm Big D from Sunday for 7 Days. Thank you for joining me. On today's Prey video, I'm going to take you through the third part of Deep Storage Detour. If you remember, you've been watching my videos. The last two videos, we've been trying to get to the top of the station where the Arboretum is to get a copy of our detonation key and our brother's detonation key to blow up the space station Talos 1. Unfortunately, the main lift was malfunctioning, so we had to take a detour through the Psychotronics Section, which we are currently placed. Along the way, we have picked up a neat piece of kit called the Psychoscope, which allows us to scan Typhons and other elements of the game, so things like operators and gun turrets, and gather research data on them. With the research data that we picked up from the Typhon, we are able to take on Typhon skills by using neuromods. But with great power comes great responsibility and risks. The more Typhon powers that you take on, the more like the Typhon you become, and the less human you are.
Should I change position?
Yes, you should. So, if you've not watched the last videos, or indeed any of my walkthrough videos on Prey, then you can click on the link showing on the screen just now, or you can watch the video through and there will be a link to the whole set of walkthroughs and how-tos playlists at the end of this video. For everybody else who wants to come down with me down this sinkhole that is the quagmire that is Prey, then let us begin. Okay, so last week we were in the Psychotronics area and we explored that area. We'd been to Dr. Kelstrup's office and we'd picked up some research and we had taken on kinetic blast skill. We also went beyond this level and had a look at Labs A and Labs B. And picked up more information, more resources, and came across a few Typhons and mimics along the way. One of the last things that we picked up a couple of transcribes, one of which we listened to, but the second one I realized we hadn't listened to. So before we proceed further into the live exam morgue, then let us listen to it. So if I pull up the inventory, and if I go to data and scroll along to audio logs, there's one called Mementos which we haven't listened to yet. So if I pull that up,
you sure about this? Not too late to flush it all out in airlock, you know.
I'm sure. Are you having second thoughts?
No way. I'm in. It's just I'm not the one incriminating myself.
There's no happy ending for me either way. I'm trying not to think about it.
Sorry.
Did you make arrangements?
Mitchell's on board. He's gonna bring me food.
I don't need to know the details. Better that way. It has to happen on your next rotation. I put everything in a package labeled Mementos. The package is in my cabin. It's got to go to every media outlet imaginable.
Got it.
And Quentin, be careful. Security is already scrutinizing me more than usual.
So, that's quite interesting. And furthermore, it has brought up an optional mission, which is called Whistleblower. And it says, search Dr. Galagos's habitation pod in the crew quarters for evidence pertaining to what went on in Psychotronics. And that is in Dr. Galagos's cabin in the crew quarters, which we haven't gotten to yet, but we will be heading that way at some point in the game. I do believe we had the key card for that because we picked that up off Dr. Galagos's body in probably Labs A is where she is. Anyway, that's going to happen later in the game. Without further ado, we need to proceed onwards to try and get to the Guts, which is another route up to the Arboretum and the top of the station. And there's a couple of areas that we're going to investigate along the way today. One is the material extraction armory, and the other is the live exam morgue. Now, the live exam morgue, if you remember from previous videos, I think is where the body of Dr. Bellamy, who was the scientist who set our tests at the very, very beginning of the game and got attacked by some mimics and died. But his body is, as far as we know, in the morgue, and hopefully we will find some things there. So we will tie off that side mission as we go. But rather than listen to me yakking away, let's wander in and see what happens. Okay, a few bits and pieces we can pick up. Torch on, just so that we can see where we're going. Right, where are we? We're getting a call.
I was afraid of this. The scientists here were in the middle of something when they died. Access to the gut is closed off during experiments. Security protocol. You'll have to finish what they started. Back in the 60s and 70s, the first research teams tried to communicate with the Typhon, but this proved impossible. Their cerebral structures are highly developed and intentional, but somehow unapproachable. They have no speech of their own, no language. They don't seem to even see us. Not like we see ourselves, I mean. I'm generalizing when I say us. Of course, I'm not a person. Not like you.
Live exam procedure in progress. Local lockdown in effect until procedure terminates.
Yes, so that was January, our helpful operator friend that we constructed based on our own memories, and he's just informed us that we want to get to the guns. We've got to complete the experiment that's laid out in front of us here. But before I do that, I'm going to grab this engineering operator and fix my computer.
Job done.
Thank you. Now, let's have a look. We've got a containment cell here with a body in it. Not looking too healthy. Let's have a look at this. Information, lab procedure, phantom genesis, experiment ID. Please ensure that there is a cadaver in the enclosure. Indeed there is. And activate psychoscopes prior to opening containment cylinder. So, let's activate psychoscopes. Like so. Let's hit the live exam controls and let's open the containment scanned.
Warning, examination theater compromised.
Something has gone wrong there. I'm going to equip. Don't think I've got enough ammunition for the shotgun.
Warning, examination theater compromised.
Scan this before we do anything with it.
Scan complete. All suspects.
Warning,
Let's have a look and see what we just picked up. It's a voltaic phantom. So we've done a little bit of research on this. It's susceptible to EMP null waves and psychic attacks. It's immune to electric and stun shocks. So let's use some EMPs on it then, I think, and the pistol.
examination theater compromised.
Have I got any EMPs? That's the next question. No wave transmitter. Let's go with EMP charge. Auto.
Warning, examination theater compromised.
Doing very well.
Warning, examination theater compromised.
Let's try something else. Let's try the pistol. Let's just try the stuff.
Warning, examination theater compromised.
That's quite better.
Warning, examination theater compromised. Warning, examination theater compromised.
There we go.
People are quick to project human features onto things they don't understand.
The Typhon kill us without hesitation. But it's not because they're evil. It's because they can't do otherwise. You know what we discovered? They lack mirror neurons. For all their wonderful abilities, there's one thing we can do that they can't. Empathize with the suffering of another living creature.
Okay. So that was Alex, our brother, just giving us some context about the Typhon. So, what have we got? We've got containment access, material extraction, gravity, utility. So, before I head in there, let's see what goodies they have. Oh, and some glue canisters. Now, one of the things we picked up was a chipset, so I'm going to have a look in chipsets. Now, well, there's a chipset I hadn't actually applied that I picked up earlier in the previous video, but I think it was a scope chipset that we picked up. Yes, it was this one, which speeds up the amount of time, so it reduces rather the amount of time that you need to scan Typhon, which is always handy when you're trying to scan them and fight them at the same time, and trying not to die. Let's wander down here, because down here is the morgue. Hopefully we will find Dr. Bellamy's body in here and find some goodies there. So let's something on the table there. What's there?
New psion aptitude available.
Take these bits and pieces off this body. Who's this? Mitsuko Tokaji. Okay. Isolate that. That's interesting. So here. Where did it go? That's the next question.
Vital signs critical.
Coming through.
Scan complete. More specimens required.
Here. Nope. Okay. Covered. Yes. And I will use the med kit because I'm a little bit low. But I'll use both of them as I have no food. Okay. That's good. We're going now. Where did we go? There it is. Where did we go now? Back here. Scan this.
Scan complete. Psion aptitude available.
Go. Done. Right. And we picked up a couple of skills along the way. Go. And what can we pick up here? Too good to be true, obviously. Gone. Where's he gone? There we go. That's no data on that. The Typhon organ, there we go. Right. Turret that we can
Indicating error. Insufficient Typhon material found.
Oh, there is a
Standing down.
Let's apply that. Now, this is Demian Lynn's workstation. Let's just have a quick look, see if there's anything. I'm an idiot. From Annalise Gallegos, whose body we found in the last video. I'm indisposed. Damien, Kelstrup wants to discuss some urgent matter. the science operator lets itself in the morgue by the half hour on the dot every day, shadow it and slip in. Or we could do that, or we could use the Nerf gun, either or. And mod malfunctions.
Checking for updates. Servers offline.
Second combinatronics, Neuromod installed. No, they can't even elicit a chuckle. I'm not imagining this, am I? So, it's an email that is talking about the effects that Neuromod can have on stuff by the list of things.
Airlock submitted. Scanning target. Error. Insufficient Typhon material found. Standing down.
Okay, so this is the morgue. That's what's here. Now, I don't think we have the key card for this. Nope. We could wait for the operator to open the door and slip in behind it, but I'm minded to try my hand again using the Nerf gun Huntress bowcaster. Let's see if we can hit that. Hang on, I think we need to. Yeah, that's the window first. There we go, that's that done. And now if I apply the Huntress bowcaster, quit that. There we go. Oops. And then aim for the door release. Yay, there we go. First time. And after I had so much trouble last time in the last video. Okay, that's a volunteer. Too healthy or well. That's Dr. Bellamy.
Coming through.
And we can now get the key card to Dr.
This isn't the
Bellamy's
first time a
cabin.
Typhon organism has broken containment. It happened before, shortly after your initial neuromod tests. You and Alex fought about terminating the project, evacuating. But Alex insisted he could control the situation. That's when you began implementing secret contingencies, hiding the plan for your arming key, videos, the January protocol. Your concerns have proven to be correct.
Okay, so that's all very useful. While January was telling us that, I was just picking up a few bits and pieces. So we've got the key card to the morgue now, and picked up another neuromod. Oh, there's another body. Let's see, there's some food. And we now have the key card to Dr. Bellamy's cabin in the crew quarters. So hopefully we'll find more things of interest in there. So I think that's everything in the morgue. We'll just over here. What is up here? And can we get in? No. Alright. Fair enough. No, there's nothing there. Okay. Let us continue. What kind of... Let's just see.
Inspector, your suit's leaking. I'll manage that for you.
My suit wasn't particularly damaged, but every little helps, as they say. Let's wander back up in the lift, back up to the live exam laboratory, and let's head on through here. See if that will take us to the guts. Where's he gone? Do the same again. That'll do nicely.
Lost.
So the guts are this way. What's that called? The guts are through there, but before we that seems to be that area where the Weaver is. So let's, where the Weavers are. So we'll come back to here. I just wanted to explore a little bit further through this way. There's a few bits and pieces to pick up along the way. Okay, we're now in material extraction section.
Hey, over here. What, you need guns? Ammo? I saw one of them science types going to that armory. Saw him punching the code. You get me out of here, I'll let you have it. My name's Aaron. Aaron Ingram.
Okay.
I know my life ain't worth 2 dead crickets, but nobody deserves this.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't know they were doing this. Just researching first. Okay.
Most of the other fellows were Russian. I speak a little, but as you can tell, I ain't from there. As you might have guessed, no reason to keep me locked up in here anymore.
Quit your jibber-jabber and I'll let you out. Let's open the door. There we go.
All you gotta do is open the door.
There you go.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Some human decency, friend. Now, you're the one person that showed me any real kindness, and you can believe I won't forget it. Well, if you still want that code, it's 8714. Listen, you run into any other fellas wearing a green jumpsuit? Watch your ass. Well, they ain't all decent human beings like me. I seen one of the other volunteers come through here, a big guy. The bastard wouldn't let me out. Now I'm glad he didn't. Watched him bash some poor sucker's head in with a wrench. Kept going on and on about black eggs and whatnot. Real disturbed.
All right. I have the code.
I ain't never seen
to the
creatures like that.
armory.
Where'd they get them? Bottom of the ocean or something?
Yeah. And pick up some kit.
Being here, you start to
Fantastic.
miss things. Things you gladly said good riddance to.
Like
This
the lemons,
menacing poodle I used to have. Ugliest.
glue. What else have we got? Bullets. Somebody with a psychoscope on the head. Oh, that's Demian Lynn. Let's do that. Shotgun shell fabrication. That's handy. Weapons upgrade kit. To take the ammo to the shotgun. We have our shotguns. We don't need another one. What else we got here? Let's take some more ammo. So we do have a gun turret. So take that with me. Yep. I wander over here. Got that here for now.
Log submitted.
Who's this? This is Christine Lloyd.
I don't mean to be a nuisance, but when do you think we'll get to
That's
that
right.
breach?
I'm headed out there as we speak.
What do you think happened?
Hard to say until I lay eyes on it. Could be some micrometeoroids punched a hole. Rare, but it happens.
Okay, good. Hopefully it's just that.
Is there something you're not telling me?
No, of course not. It's just that storage room has classified exotic materials. We really can't have it be inaccessible.
I understand.
Okay, so this room is currently exposed to space, so we can't get in the door. But that transcribe has let us know that somebody was going out to fix the leak that would allow us access to this chamber, to this security holding, subject holding room. So if I pull up the missions and objectives, you'll see we now have another optional mission called the $1 Million Colk Gun. And yes, Jose Costa was tasked with sealing a minor hull breach in order to restore atmosphere to the exotic material storage areas within Psychotronics. if I complete his work, rather, I could regain access to that area. So we need to go outside. Now, in the last video, we opened an airlock that's back in the other section of Psychotronics that we went through last time. So if we head back that way, and there is a route this way that's shorter than going back the way we came, we just need to put out some fires. Enough to glue them. There we go.
Hello.
Come on. Hey. It's a bit of a slippery side. See, we are back where we started today. But if we wander, where was it? It was up on Lamps B, that's where it was, so it's up on the next level. It looks there might be some more bad things around. And here's the airlock, so let's wander out and see if we can't find this whole breach, fix it, and access the exotic materials holding area.
Microgravity detected.
So here we are, going through the airlock.
Morgan, I've been wondering if it might be bothering you that you planned your own death. It's a lot to swallow. My advice would be, try not to think about the end. Focus on what's in front of you, one step at a time. I'm here if you need help.
I'm sorry, January, but your bedside manner sucks. It's not very good. Okay, so we're out in space, outside the space station. So I'm just following the indicator as to where the hull breach is. Just making my slow way towards it. Don't want to travel too quickly because you can do yourself a mischief when you do that. I've done that many a time where I think there's a way through, there's not, and sure enough, I completely clatter myself. I did think I thought I had my torch on completely. I don't. Where are we? Here we go. Oh, I see it. There it is. So there's a minor leak that we need to seal. And what better way to do it than with a glue gun? Just slow up here.
Coming through.
Something like that. There we go. Let's now head the way we came.
Moving.
It's very easy to get disorientated out here. So I think I'm going the right way. Yeah. Very much we want to go to. Here we go. Yeah. Swing us round. So, back to the Psychotronics airlock. Go. Just yaw out. Alrighty, so that's us back inside the airlock. Back. A wee eye, just in case there's something materialized in the area where we were last here. Let's wander back this way. Oh, yeah, you might be able to help me.
Scanning. Neuroimaging shows your mental resources are full. This should tell. That should help you concentrate.
Okay, so let's wander back into material extraction armory. Go. And access the exotic material storage area. I've not seen this yet. Take some food. I don't have any medkits, so I did pick up some few things to eat. Sure. And that's it. Oh no, some noodles as well. There we go. I'm just going to top up my cycle now.
Probably like the last time.
Okay. You're right, sir. What happened to it?
Vital signs critical.
That was close. Okay. Our friend Eric is very, very lucky there. I thought he was a goner. Okay. We should be doing here. So, as you can see, that side mission is now complete. We've managed to access the area and pick up a whole bunch of exotic material. Here. Torch on so I can see what I'm doing. There, okay. A few bits and pieces. Cool. What else have we got? We have subject holding A and subject holding B. Anybody in there? No. Okay, there might be some mimics though. So what we can. Nope. No fuss. Oh, and some food. I need that. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Nope. No. Okay. Put the torch back on. Right. Polygon again. Okay, there's nothing else in here. I'm just going to top up on that food. Just picked up. There we go. Yeah, okay. So let's head back towards the guts, which is back this way. Through here. Sorry, it's through here. And if I remember correctly, there were some mimics through here, unless they've been taken out by the gun. Looks like.
Eradicator auto turrets. TranStar's last-ditch defense against an outbreak. Flimsy. But they're easy to fabricate. Best part is the built-in psychoscope tech. They can discriminate between alien and human targets. Shouldn't be a problem for you, since you're not an alien.
Well, that's true, but as I said earlier in the video, if you take on too many Typhon skills by using neuromods, then you become more Typhon than human, and the turrets think you're a Typhon and will try and take you out. So you just got to be a little bit careful with that. Well, YouTubers, let's wander into the guts. So here we are at the entrance to the gravity utility tunnel system, which hopefully we wonder.
Microgravity detected.
Now we're in microgravity. So this is the guts, and we need to traverse this. Hopefully by doing so we'll get ourselves up to the arboretum. See, I've done it here. The arboretum.
Research complete.
And make our way up to the arboretum and the top of the station. But I'm going to leave you for now. First. Join me next time as I travel through the guts and up to the arboretum. Hopefully not getting killed in the process. So I'm going to leave you floating around here. There's lots of places to be, I suppose. Oh, we've got an incoming call.
These tunnels run the entire length of the station. Mostly conduit carrying the bare necessities. Power, water, air. But operators also use it to deliver supplies from the cargo bay up to the arboretum. Given the small number of crew assigned here, I would expect Typhon presence to be minimal as well. But that's probably a bad assumption.
Indeed. So before I proceed, I'm going to leave you. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and give us some comments. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you think of the video. We'd love to hear what you'd like us to do next, any other sort of side missions in the game that you'd like us to cover, or any other games that you would like us to start looking at and doing walkthroughs of. But until next time, take care.